Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I am doing how to build warriors in solo lane, and we will begin with the ability based ones. So, well, a lot of warriors you don't go damage on them unless you're in the jungle, but so basically this isn't for ability based, it's basically tankiness. So you can build kind of the same on almost all of them. You maybe switch 2 or 3 items to get like more to a specific god's playstyle and like that. So I'll begin with Bellona and I'll clear this because that's a really old build. I start Warrior Sax. Yeah, you can pretty much see why it's good in the solo lane. So yeah, it's a super strong star item right now because it just got buffed. Then my second item, it's if I'm against a physical character, then it is, what wasn't it right here? There, Mystical Mail, because it both gives you protection against them, a bit of cooldown reduction, and it damages them. So that's super strong. And then again, if I'm against a physical, I usually go with Berserker's Shield on Bellona. Other characters will go with different items depending on what they are. And depending on what your support is going, I go a Shogun's Kasari for my ADC, and maybe jungle and mid depending on what characters you have there. So yeah, this is usually my core. Shogun's is kind of like a swap-in item because usually a support will build it because it is a good item. After that, let's see, I don't play like a bunch of solo lane, as you'll probably be able to figure out, but I like to have Frostbound to be able to keep the enemy ADC and mages in check while I dive. So Frosthammer is super nice. Let's see, you might want to go into Sovereignty if you're up against like a lot of physical damage gods, because yeah, it increases physical protections for everyone. Maybe a Talisman, it's also good against, yeah, it's a good item basically. So physical and magical defense. Pridwen can be nice on some characters. Especially I like it on Bellona because I usually ult in, so I have like something around this. So I have 1 or maybe 2 bruiser items like that, and the rest I want to be as tanky as possible to not die when I dive. So that's one way to build. Another way is if you're against a magical solo laner. And then the first item I usually go Ancile. No idea how to pronounce it, but it's really good, especially if they have like a lot of CC, like a Kobrakan. That's been seen a lot of play in solo lane recently. So this is super good first item against magical solo laners. Then the second item, once again, a magical. Oh no, sorry. Second item, I should probably go Frostbound for the health and power. Because in the beginner games you start with a bit more magical protection than physical protection. Or if it's the other way around. But so basically, I'm not exactly sure on this, but I think it is you start with more physical protection, but that scales so that you have more magical than physical protection, or if it's the other way around. So I like to go like this because it gives me a good chance against both jungle and the enemy's solo laner, because jungle will usually be physical damage, and if they then have a magical solo lane, I need to first build protections towards the solo lane, then the jungle. But that Frostbound, because it's health, kinda does it both. And now I go into physical. Mystical Mail, always a good item. It's such a strong item when you build tanky, because you will still do a bit of damage because of the warrior's base stat. and just the extra like, well, 30 plus 1 per level magical damage. And that's another reason why it's so good on physical characters, because it deals magical damage, not physical, so the enemy might have to build against it as well. So I'd maybe switch around Mystical Mail and Frostbound. And after that, I think it's pretty much the same. A Pridwen. And lastly, we could go Power. Probably a Sledge could be good. If you feel like you don't do enough damage, or Berserkers, Guardian, Shield, maybe a Shifters, depending on what character you are. I like Berserker Shield on Bellona, although it's a cheap item. Well, not cheap, it's 2,600, it's the most expensive here. But compared to like Rod of Tahuti, Deathbringer, and items like that, it feels kinda cheap. But yeah, it's still a good item. And I usually sell Warrior's Axe, because I don't like these two, Sundering and Heroes. They can do well, but some characters does better with a Soul Eater, although you don't usually go with last item. You want to go with like second or first or third, somewhere around that. So like Arthur can do well with it. And otherwise maybe a Void Shield, because yeah, it helps with everyone's protections against physicals. So yeah, that's basically how you build warriors right now. I hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.